Hey everybody, my name is Stephen Reese. I'll be your teacher for Math 217, Math for Business Analysis. So welcome. Excited to be teaching you this semester. So I wanted to get started by giving you a little bit of a tour around Canvas to kind of give you a sense of how to navigate things since we won't be meeting on a regular basis. So the first thing I will show you here is our syllabus. I'm not going to go through this in too much detail because there's one of our first assignments is a quiz that will kind of get you acquainted with the things in here that I think are most important. The thing I will bring up right away is my contact information. So one thing I'll make evident and stress as much as I can is that I'm a resource and I take that job very seriously. Please reach out to me for whatever you need, whether it's related to class or something else. Basically, for whatever you need, let me know. I may not be the person who can help you, but I can point you to the people who can. So email is a good way to get a hold of me, steven.reese@cgc.edu. Or in years past, most of my students at CGCC have preferred to use the inbox, the messaging on Canvas to get a hold of me. That's fine too. They kind of wind up in the same place for me. But I will get back to you within 24 hours, typically a lot more quickly than that. But if you need anything else, let me know. Um, uh, I'll say it often, I am here to support you, so whatever you need. So let's go back to home here. So I want to kind of tell you about what modules are open right now. Um, First module here is student resources at Chandler Gilbert. These are more or less universal kind of for whatever class you're taking, whatever you're studying, whatever your goals are. These are the kind of general student resources. The next module here that I need to publish. So we do have an online textbook for the course that you'll need to access. And if you took Math 213 at Chandler Gilbert, you should not have to purchase a new book. The only thing I'll ask you to do is to make sure that you have access to WebAssign because um, there's a few different kinds of assignments you'll be able to count on from me throughout the semester, and at least once per week you'll have a WebAssign problem set to do. So it's important to make sure you have access there. Under the start here module, there's some more kind of getting acquainted kind of things. A little bit about what Math 217 is, a communication statement. So basically, what you and I can expect from each other in terms of communication. Again, the best way to get a hold of me is through Canvas Messenger or email. I will respond to either one of those very quickly. This tour of the class, this is basically I'm recording the video right now that's going to sit in there. Just to kind of, it's a good thing to revisit if you have, basically if you need a reminder of kind of how things work. So basically I'm going to throw a lot of information at you. It would not be reasonable for me to expect you to retain it all in one shot. But a lot of this, I hope you get used to kind of as we go. So what I want to spend the rest of my time talking about is what module 1 is, because my modules week to week are going to have the same basic structure. There's going to be, some assignments to do. Like this week is our first week together, so the first couple assignments are, getting acquainted with each other and making sure you understand like the highlights of the syllabus, the things that are really important. We're also going to have a discussion board, a discussion question every week. I think for online classes, those are really valuable because we're not going to meet regularly, which means, in a class that meets in person, you would have lots of chances to work with each other, to explain your ideas, and to kind of bounce things off of each other. We need to recreate that. So that's what these discussion questions are for. Typically, these discussion questions are going to be, related to the math that you've been learning recently. This one's more of an icebreaker, kind of, get to know the people who are learning this stuff with you. Get to know your fellow students and learn about each other. But what's more typical in these modules, you're going to have, this heading, learn the math. Basically, there's going to be some instructional videos for you to take notes on. I'm going to point out the relevant sections of the textbook to kind of look through. And it's always important to take notes and reflect on what you're learning, and kind of, if you're just reading, you're only gonna learn so much. You really have to kind of like try to like, all right, I read this, does it make sense to me? Let me figure out, what can I pull from this thing? And that's why taking notes is so important, is because you're engaging that part of your mind. I am going to be collecting your notes every module. Basically, just take a PDF of your notes and send it to me. Also, once per module, I'm going to have this exit ticket. Basically, it's a survey of, 2, 3, or 4 questions, not very long. You basically get full credit for even responding to it. And the purpose of those exit tickets is mainly for me to see how things are going. Are you learning the things that I need you to learn? What things are a lot of people in the class getting stuck on or not understanding? That gives me an idea what I need to kind of re-emphasize, or it's like, all right, they didn't get this concept as well as I needed to. I need to make another video or follow up somehow. So that's what these exit tickets are for. Also gives you a chance to ask me questions that might have come up while you were learning the modules, or while you were, kind of interacting with the lessons. And then the next thing here, these learning tasks, these are basically, think of them as homework assignments, basically to make sure that you are kind of learning the things I need you to learn. So these are almost always going to consist of 2 things: an online homework assignment, which is what these are handled through WebAssign. These give you a chance to get instant feedback. So basically, unless parts of these questions are multiple choice, you have like an unlimited amount of tries. I can't really make them unlimited, but I can set it to 100. But really, I've never had anybody exhaust all 100 tries. But if you do, let me know and I'll give you more. I would set it to unlimited if there was a way to do so. But basically, the online homeworks are a chance for you to kind of like, in a, I wouldn't say low stakes, but like no penalty environment, kind of make sure you understand the big ideas. The checkpoints are a little different. These are written. Basically, I'm going to pose some questions to you in a PDF, and you're going to basically answer the questions either on your own paper, or you can print out what I'm giving you and write it on there, or if you have like an iPad or a tablet, you can make annotations on. But basically, these are a little more in depth, and these give me a chance to give you like really, really directed and personal feedback for how you're doing. So kind of covers the same concepts as what the WebAssign questions will, but these are things that, it's not easy to, the solutions and the answers I'm looking for here are not things you can put into like a text box, like what WebAssign is going to ask you for. So that's mostly it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention is that yeah, it's important to, after these assignments are, kind of behind you, to look at solutions, especially if you didn't, if there were things you did not do terribly well on. So I will have solutions for you for the checkpoints, those kind of like written homework assignments. Those will be available just a few days after those due dates. And the reason they're not immediately immediately available, is because I want to give people who maybe missed the due date chances to turn it in late if they need to. The WebAssign homework assignments, there are solutions that are built into that platform. So if you want to see solutions to the online, like the WebAssign homework assignments, those will pop up on WebAssign after the due date. But yeah, my solutions will become available. I will try to communicate when they become available. So again, that's a lot of information I threw at you, kind of about how the class is going to work, and what the different components of these modules are going to typically look like. I'll remind you one last time, if you have any questions about the way things are going, or kind of what I'm expecting, please let me know, and I'll try to clear things up. Otherwise, I look forward to meeting you all soon, and we'll see you then.